The first time I came out here, I only made it halfway. Not because I couldn't keep going, but because sometimes the trail gives you a reason to come back. What I didn't know was that half I left behind was a completely different challenge. Steeper climbs, harder lines, moments that tested both me and the Bronco. I came back to finish what I started, and this time, I wasn't leaving without that badge. Hello, everyone. This is Zaza with Wildtrak Diaries. We are here filming the second half of the Jeep Badge of Honor. We have the Bronco here. It is ready. I have already aired down. Thank you guys so much for the support in the comments on my first video, part one. Kind of walking me through the ropes, teaching me what you guys know, how to use 4-low, when to use it, lockers, front and rear, when those are applicable and when they're not. I really, really appreciate it. I do feel a lot more confident coming out to hit this second half of the trail. For those of you that did leave comments, I greatly appreciate it. Let me know, things, just continue to let me know things. I'm wanting to learn and continue to get better at this, continue to be a lot more confident, and that support that I received in the comments was truly phenomenal. About to hit this second half here. It doesn't look as rocky as the first half, though. I really don't know what to expect further down the line. I'm gonna get the drone thrown up here. I'll give you guys a quick view of what the terrain looks like. Again, I greatly appreciate you guys that commented and kind of helped me out on the first video. I am coming out here a lot more confident, a lot more ready than I was before. All right, we are in 4-low. We have the rear locker currently engaged, and you guys are right. It really does just crawl over this stuff with real light throttle application. All right. All right, guys, I'll tell you what, it is tough to fly a drone and drive at the same time. Guys, this is where it gets a lot more technical. Looks like it's a little wet here through a creek, or kind of some water running through here, possibly from a river. This is where I'm getting kind of anxious, but I'm kind of gonna apply those things that you guys told me. All right, guys, this is where it gets really technical and really scary. All right. I do think I can do it, but there's just some super sharp rocks up here. There we go. Again, we have the rear locker on. No front locker quite yet. These rocks are moving a lot more than I thought they would. My goodness. There we go. Let it kind of figure it out. There we go. There we go. All right, guys, we are going to assess these rocks here. It doesn't look too crazy. It definitely looked a little crazier on the front camera. I think that this is going to be pretty doable. Where I'm getting scared is the rock formation that is coming just above here. It's not that it's just how large the rocks are. So we'll hike this just for a bit so you guys can see. It's kind of up here is where I'm worried about the line that I'm going to select, but I think it's doable. We'll get up here, we'll hop out, and we'll take a look at that when it comes. There we go. All right. As like I said in my previous video, this is definitely a badge of honor. This is extremely scary, and for those of you guys that are just tuning in or haven't seen part one, this is my daily driver, so gotta be as careful as possible, but I still want to show you guys that you guys can get out here and wheel. All right. You know, being in 4 low definitely helps a ton. I just feel like that torque is so immediate, so that kind of rocking back and forth isn't really there. Now we are approaching the kind of the toughest part of it all, and so I'll get out here and kind of document it for you, and we'll take a look. All right. All right, guys, I think we are at the toughest part of it all. I hope this is the toughest part of it all, because this is just so jagged and pretty narrow, especially with how slippery these rocks have been so far. But I think I'm going to approach this on the left. Seems like the easier line. And then just kind of crawl this all the way up here. We can hike it for just a bit to kind of take a look. I think that once I'm on it, once I get past that first section there, it's not going to be too bad. Well, I stand corrected. That's crazy. Okay, so I think the easier line once I get up here is going to be just to pop up this hill right over here. And I think that will get me away from this nonsense, because that's nonsense. Let's be real, guys. That's just complete nonsense. So this is slick. This is going to be really slick right here for the Bronco. But when I get up here, I guess, oh man. Oh my goodness. So when I get up here, I might have to take this line right here to get up through here. So I don't see there being another way that I can kind of go through here this way. I think I'll have to go through this tough stuff right over here, which is, oh gosh, like I said, it's complete nonsense. I honestly worry I don't have the clearance, even with the lift and 37s. But you know, some guys in the comments said they're doing this with their Bronco, so I'm gonna give it a shot. The worst thing that can happen is I kind of use this area as a turnaround spot and I head down, but I really want to complete this. So stay tuned. This is gonna be pretty difficult. And for those of you that have not seen my channel before, this is all about beginner off-roading. It's all about getting out there. It's all about having a good time. So bear with me. I know I'm doing this slow, probably doing it a lot more cautious than some of you guys would be. All right, guys, I really feel like I'll need to... Oh, I left the drone on my hood, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. Wouldn't be the first time I've... Yeah. All right, nice and slow. We're gonna try to avoid that super sharp rock to the right over here and just kind of walk this up. Just kind of walk it up. There we go.
So in this area, I worry about how tall the rocks are and hitting your diff in the back. I was kind of looking at that. I think you're okay, but just FYI.
I agree.
Say just straighten out over that rock. Yeah, perfect.
How's this line?
Looks like you're approaching it good. You're gonna kind of go towards driver here in just a sec.
Remember, the key is to get the wheels on the rocks.
Looking good then.
All right. Guys, I said I wasn't as anxious or nervous. I'm definitely anxious and nervous.
Just straighten out.
Got it.
Wait, where do we go from here?
I know. We have to go right. Let's go. Let's keep pushing.
The only thing I would say is I would move.
Babe, we got to get there first. Let's get there and then...
We're good. I think just take this line as straight as you can. So straighten out.
Is my left tire getting on this rock over here?
Gonna go right over it. Looks good. Straighten out a little more, passenger.
There's some pressure on the wheel, so there we go.
Okay, hold on. Back up a little bit because you're not on this rock. You're fighting it. So you want your driver wheel to go towards driver a little bit more so that you can run over that rock.
Got it.
Good.
All right, guys, I think I've gotten to the most difficult section of it all. I've shown you guys kind of a little bit. I'm super worried about this section here. I mean, I just don't think there's very many ways I could do it without damaging the Bronco. We're gonna get out one more time. We'll take a look at it. We'll reassess and we'll go from there. All right, I've shown you guys this already. I don't think that the wide angle cameras are doing this one justice. With that being said, it is super ruddy. This here is what I'm worried about. Honestly, it's this rock right here. Kind of as I'm getting over it. I'm worried about the sharpness of these. And then this in here. I'm hoping that if I can keep my wheels on these bigger rocks here, that I will have the clearance to simply just drive over. That is my intention. That is my goal. The rest of this doesn't look so bad. I guess we'll see when we get to the next obstacle. Looks like there's some mud out this direction. Not too much though, so we'll see, guys. Wish me luck. All right, so I want to squeeze through this rock kind of over here to my left. Yeah, this is kind of my intention right here. I think this is the line that makes the most sense. All right, guys, I have the walkie on. I got the rear locker still locked. I don't have the front locker locked quite yet. I guess we'll find out if we need it. Oh gosh. There we go. Wow. It's really...
Straight, looking good.
It is really just climbing over this.
Keep straight, good.
All right, jeez, guys. That was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. My gosh. Ugh, maybe I spoke too soon. You guys that told me in the comments to pick your line and you will get through there just fine. Four-wheel drive low, rear locker on for the entirety of it. You'll get through there just fine. Guys, this is rough. This is really rough. This is some insane stuff. And mind you, I have a trailer hitch on the rear, you know, just kind of ruining the departure angle a little more. The lift certainly helps. I have these funky running boards that come down. I'm always super worried about when I'm wheeling. The next section here doesn't look nearly as bad. We're just gonna kind of hit this pretty quick. Might as well play around in the mud. It's the middle of summer here in Oregon, so there is not a whole lot of mud to play around in. So kind of play around in that for a little bit. We'll go through here and we'll see what's next. Hiking the next section here. After that, I'm like, there's nothing that could be worse. And as I continue going through this trail, it looks like there are 2 lines through here. So we will see. I'm definitely going to take the easier line in this case. We got one on the right. We have another one right here on the left. So I'm definitely going to take the easier line. It doesn't look like this is all too challenging. Kind of more along the lines of a blue on the left side and a black trail on the right. My heart's pumping. I'm anxious. I told you guys I wasn't anxious when I started. I'm anxious. We'll see. All right, toughest obstacle is done, I think. Again, in my last video I mentioned I had no idea if I came around the front side or the back side. With that being said, any side that you come down is going to be pretty rough. Still have the rear locker engaged. I'm going to disengage that. Just don't think that it's all too necessary for this section here. All right, well, the moment I disengage the rear locker, of course, we start getting stuck. There we go. I mean, that rear locker does wonders. That's insane. All right, like I said, we are going to take the line to the left over here opposed to the line to the right. This section isn't super easy either, but nothing like the clearance that was necessary for the last section. I'll be honest, guys, don't get me started on the bugs here in the Tillamook Forest. Now, I said this didn't look all too difficult. It's actually a little more difficult than I anticipated, as everything has been pretty much since I started this Jeep Badge of Honor trail. All right, we're gonna lock up the front here. There we go. I'm gonna unlock the front. I know someone said when you're steering a whole lot, you don't want to have those front diffs locked.
On the left.
Yeah, my goal is to run over these stumps over here on the left. All right, guys. Ooh. Ooh. Did not expect that. All right. We are chugging along pretty nicely. What I thought was impossible, I'll be honest, has not proven to be. It's difficult, but it's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I'm certainly learning a whole lot. Is this the end of Firebreaker Jeep Badge of Honor? Oh my gosh. You know, I thought I was halfway through it the last time I did it, but that was not. I mean, the worst of it was definitely at the end. Don't get me wrong, the worst of it was absolutely at the end, but here it is. Guys, I was very much so incorrect. Uh, it continues. Firebreaker 5, number 14, Jeep Badge of Honor. It does continue. What I thought was the end is absolutely not the end. So we're going to keep chugging along. I am going to complete this. I promise you. There's a goal that I set out. So I absolutely have to conquer it. All right, guys. So it looks like there is a rock garden option on the right over here, and kind of a smoother terrain over here on the left. I'm gonna hit this on the left. I just think that that is unnecessary. As fun as it would be, it would just take me about 2 hours to probably get through it. So it looks like there's some ruts in the trail over here, but I think I can squeeze through this tree, kind of walk my way up here towards the end, and just kind of go from there. Let me know if you guys have done this. Those of you who have been to the Jeep Badge of Honor Firebreak 5 over here in the Tillamook Forest, let me know. This is definitely not something I would probably have a whole lot of interest in doing, though it is super cool. I think this is more of like a side-by-side thing, but I'm sure there's Jeeps and stuff that crawl this all the time. All right, guys, let's hit it. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna hit the line on the left, kind of squeeze through these 2 trees right up here, and avoid the rock garden on the right. I'm gonna try to squeeze through these 2 trees here, as opposed to going into those ruts. I just think that's unnecessary. Let's squeeze through here. There we go. I like that there's optional lines. It's not like I don't want to wheel the Bronco. I just think sometimes that's just unnecessary. I mean, that's just going to cause damage at the end of the day. So just going to kind of try to avoid that the best I can. There we go. Not too bad. That was not too bad at all. All right, guys, now I just have to squeeze through these trees and this rock. Not too bad. Not too bad. At the end of the day, it's really just fun, if I'm being honest. Guys, it looks like there is another section with 2 lines. There's this line on the right that is, it's probably doable, but I'm probably gonna go with the one on the left. And not to let you guys down, like I said, and kind of choosing the tougher lines, just wanting to kind of get my bearings, just kind of get my feet wet a little bit and see what this is like. Looks like it's pretty smooth sailing through here, so we'll get over there. We'll check out the next obstacle when it comes, and we'll just kind of go from there. All right, it's starting to get a little bit ruddier again. I think that was an easier section with those lines. Like I said in my last video, it's these kind of departure angle things that I worry about more than anything. With that being said, I'm certainly a lot more confident this go around. I always say these cameras never do this stuff justice. I hope you guys can kind of tell the incline that I'm on currently. We have no lockers on at the moment. I just don't think it's all too necessary. We are just using 4-wheel drive high. We're just kind of cruising up this hill. I can't believe I thought the end of it had already came. Looks like the line that was over there to the right kind of spits out over here. Now, there's 2 lines. I might have to get out and hike this a little just to... Let's go ahead and get the rear locked. There we go. let's get out and hike this section here. Just kind of see what's next. All right, guys, I'm just getting out to hike this kind of final section. I'm not sure if this is the final section or not, but this section here real quick. Got the drone up, kind of giving you guys that additional perspective. This doesn't look too bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this real quick and we'll keep moving forward. All right, I'm gonna hit this line to the left. It's kind of the line that I hiked over at the beginning. I think this is the closest quarters we've had doing the entirety of this trail, if I'm being honest. Honestly, I don't think I would have had the confidence to come back and try this again if it wasn't for you guys. So I am grateful. Still have the rear locker engaged. I don't know if it's super necessary right now. All right, guys, I believe I'm about 3/4 of the way through here. I'm just gonna hike a little just to this next section and see what's up. I don't think the rest of it is going to be that bad. I really do think I kind of hit the rock garden already, and oh, this doesn't look too bad at all. This doesn't look too bad at all. So we'll hop in, we will get to the top of this, and then we will reassess. All right, here is where we're at. We originally started way down here. This was kind of the halfway mark that we got in at. This is where we're at currently, and then this is kind of what we have left. So it doesn't look like it's a whole lot left. I actually would think this is closer to the halfway mark than where we started, but I've been out here for a couple hours so far, and I've only made it from right here to right there. The front camera has definitely been the lifesaver. I actually didn't air down as much as I did my first go around. I'm at pretty much about 23 to 25 all around. Really didn't need it for this. I could see it being wet, it being more of an issue, but it's just slow moving, guys. I'm not trying to bore you to death. There's just nothing, no crazy obstacles at the moment. Just kind of coasting my way through here, trying to avoid these. I don't know if they're June bugs. I don't know what they are. They're extremely annoying. They buzz really loud. For this section right here, I'm just kind of rolling through here, probably around 6 to 7 miles an hour. It's ruddy for sure. With that being said, I can kind of coast through here pretty quickly. Hopefully run into a little bit more technical terrain ahead. So stay tuned for that. I know this has been sectioned off as extremely difficult and kind of not so difficult. So again, we're looking for the tough terrain. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I was just saying how the terrain was getting kind of boring. It was just kind of ruddy. It really wasn't anything too crazy. This, in fact, is pretty crazy, and what I think, it's just with the rear wheels kind of in this mud. It's pretty muddy. Let me go down in here for you. It's pretty muddy. With the approach angle, I'm not too worried about. The Bronco has quite a bit of approach angle. It's that departure angle with the trailer hitch. So I don't think that I'm going to take this line. I believe this is actually the end of the trail. I don't think I'm going to take this line. I think I'm going to go this way. I think This way just makes a lot more sense. I'm gonna hike it just a little, just so I can see what's around the corner and make sure I'm not going the wrong direction. Guys, the bugs out here in the Tillamook Forest are actually insane. You probably hear constant buzzing through the microphone here. Yeah, I definitely think that this is the direction I'm going to go, though it looks like it leads somewhere else. So we'll see. We might have to hit that. We might have to hit that super crazy stuff. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Why not? Let's give it a shot. All right, guys, I said I wasn't gonna do this, but definitely think I should try. I don't know. This is super sketch. So I'm gonna approach this from the left here, just like this. Right. And then I'm gonna hit it hard right.
Not look good. You're gonna be stuck. You're gonna stick over the log.
Is my tire on the log, or is my tire on the log, or what?
Your tire is not yet on the log, but you're completely in the ditch. I don't know. You gotta just go, I guess.
How about now? Is my tire on the log?
Yeah. Keep going. Down gently.
How's my front clearance looking?
It looks okay. A little more straight towards driver.
There we go. All right, okay, let's break. Guys, I'm currently hanging out in the ditch here. I'm not stuck or anything like that. I am simply just waiting for my drone to charge up a little bit so that I can show you guys the perspective. I think it's really hard to capture these perspectives on an action cam, so bear with me. We will be right back to you in just a second. All right, guys. Guys, I did that in 4 high with no lockers. All right, let's get out and we will, well, actually, I don't think I, ugh. Oh. There we go. Let's get out and reassess this last section. And I think we just completed the Jeep Badge of Honor. Yeah, dude, I think we just completed the Jeep Badge of Honor. Honestly, it was thanks to you guys. This is, gosh, the approach angle. Oh God, I know I hit the trailer hitch. It's okay. It's all good. That is not bad. Oh my goodness, guys. Guys, not a perfect video. It's extremely difficult to film when you don't have, 15 cameras and multiple drones and you're dealing with battery issues and all that fun stuff. With that being said, I hope I documented this well enough for you guys to see. I did give it a shot. I took your guys' advice. I tried it out. It actually wasn't as bad. I think I was super fearful just to start with. You're looking at a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 rated trail. It's called Jeep Badge of Honor. It's a lot of rocks. It's rock gardens. It's all these crazy things. At the end of the day, the Bronco handled it just fine. Honestly, I didn't recognize how capable the car was when I purchased it. After completing something like this, you certainly feel it. For all of you guys that told me to check out the Bronco off-rodeo, I absolutely will be. Maybe not in the next month or so, but very, very, very soon. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate the comments that you guys left on my channel. I cannot thank you guys enough. And again, if you guys have not seen the Jeep Badge of Honor Part 1, please go check that video out. I think it will make a lot more sense as to why I made this one. Thank you guys so much, and thanks for watching Wildtrak Diaries. Bye-bye.